right, guys, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, March 28th, and we've got a stacked show today, so we're just going to jump right into it. We got mallets going on right here already, so out the gate, I'm excited because these are real mallets. I'm skipping ahead. Let me just stop because I get all excited. Young lady, I have guests on, so I actually want to get to them today. If you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourself and let us know who you're here with.
Okay, yes, I'm Lynette Jordan. I'm with the Nave Museum.
And I know everybody knows you, but for the 3 people in Victoria that don't, if you wouldn't mind, let them know who you are, my brother.
I'm Tony Vasquez. I'm a board member of the Nave Museum.
So we're having you guys on today to talk about Polo at McFadden. And this is an event that we are going to go to, and we are excited. We're going to be filming for Meet Victoria out there. Great. But it is also something that I know nothing about. And so I'm really excited, and I was blown away right out the gate with these mallets because for those that have never seen a polo game like myself, I just assumed they had full-size, or I guess these are full-size mallets, but longer, bigger mallets that they used. And how did you guys come up with polo for the Victoria area as a fundraiser? I think that's just outside-the-box, spectacular thing.
Yes.
That I just know nothing about, so educate me here.
Okay. So Bob McCann is a professional polo player. And since he plays, he has polo ponies and a field out at his property in McFadden. And so they decided 40 years ago to donate the space to have a real game. It's a real polo match. And use it as a fundraiser for the museum.
Well, I think it's great, and you know, for those that don't know, the Nave is a great art museum that we have here in town, and it was one of those places I'd driven by that museum 100 times, and I always thought it looked super cool from the outside, but I never thought to actually stop in there, and we have done an episode of Meet Victoria on it, and it's those things are pretty hot. Sorry. We have done an episode of Meet Victoria on them, and I was blown away when we got in there with all the art, but beyond that, how much the community came together to put out the Nave Museum. And so I think something like this is just really neat, and it was something, as I told you guys before we started, that I just don't know much about polo, and so I'm super excited to get in there. But this is one of you all's big fundraisers for the Nave every year, correct? Yes. And are you going to be suiting up and riding one of these things and getting out there, or you just support like me out there?
I'm just going to be a spectator.
Yeah, so what does a polo game look like? You know, I get that, you know, it's guys on horses, you know, hitting balls into nets or goals, I would assume?
Goals. Now, it's a match, and it consists of 6 7-minute increments. There are breaks between. The halftime is 15 minutes. Yes. You
know, and again, I know I keep hammering this point, but this is how tall the mallet is, and these gentlemen are riding horses and leaning off the side of the horse, and still, because even when I stand like this thing, I have to bend over sideways to hit something on the ground with this mallet. That just blows my mind that these guys are riding horses and leaning that far over.
Super
athletes. I mean, seriously, and when I say riding, those horses are running into each other. This is a physical game, I would assume. They're not like launching passes to each other. They're getting in there dirty and making this happen, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, if somebody wants to go out there for the first time, what can they kind of expect? Let's start with, how do they get their tickets, and then what does it kind of look like for them?
Okay. They can go online to our website, www.navemuseum.org. They can call the museum at 361-575-8228. They can also purchase tickets at the gate.
Okay.
We will have tickets available at the gate. And once you get your ticket, you're going to drive on down the road and go find a parking spot. They're going to have a big tent set up for our sponsors. We're going to have tailgating out there with awesome food.
And I heard, not to cut you off, but I heard that tailgating is something special in its own right, that it's a step above what I've heard like an NFL tailgating thing is. I've heard that this is like legit tailgating here, where it's pretty spectacular, and that there's some food vendors out there and things. And if I'm stealing all your thunder, sorry. But I heard the tailgating was just pretty cool.
Yes, each person takes it very seriously. They do like to decorate their area. They do like to show off with whatever they're serving. They take it very seriously.
Good. Well, that adds to the environment and the ambiance and just keeping it up. So they come up, they see all the cool tailgating. So one of those things, you walk by and you social with everybody, you talk to everybody, you know, good opportunity to network, all that good stuff.
Yes, it's a great social event, as well as getting to watch a real polo game.
Now, do we have to wear, I know like the Kentucky Derby, it's all about the hats and stuff, is there anything, if I show up, I'll just lead with I'm about 10 years behind the fashion curve, but that said, if I just show up, is everybody gonna be like, oh, he didn't get the memo on the outfit, so I don't have to wear fancy hat, anything like that?
No.
Come comfortable?
Fascinators are not required for women.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it all the way and do it correctly here, and so we made it past the tailgating. Mm-hmm. So do you have bleacher stands? Do you bring a chair? How's it work?
If you purchase a general admission ticket, you bring your chair.
Okay.
Like I said, we have a tent set up for sponsors, and there will be tables and chairs for the people who have purchased a table. Otherwise you bring a chair and you can sit along, alongside the field. We will also be serving beverages out there, wine, beer.
I was going to ask, adult beverages?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yes. There will also be a live and silent auction after the game.
Roger that. Okay.
Yeah.
How long does a typical game last?
About an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Wow. Man, and do you get all, this is a dumb question, but if you're sitting like silent, you're going to get all dusty and stuff from sitting, all the horses kicking up all the stuff?
Not so much, no.
Sweet. I mean, I literally have no idea about this thing, so that's why I'm so excited to get out there. How, when you guys get this thing going, how long in advance do you start working on something like this to have a polo match here in Victoria?
Months.
Yeah, I would guess, and we were going to try to make it to the practice game, and the schedule didn't work out for it, but next year maybe we'll catch that thing. And I just think this is a really, really cool deal. What am I forgetting to tell him, Tony?
It's just the history of polo.
Yeah, let me hear it, man. I know nothing about it, but I want to.
You would actually enjoy it. Now, it is, if not the oldest, it is definitely one of the oldest team sports in history. It was originally set up as a training for cavalry.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's why they called it a king sport. It's,
I had no idea. Well, so are there professional polo leagues here in the States, or is this something that's more like in other countries? Or
we have professional teams here in the States, yes.
And I need to get a little bit more involved in this. And again, one more time, I'm going to just say it. Like, I am just marveled by the fact that these things are so tiny. I mean, seriously though, you think about a horse is not short. Like, they're not riding miniature horses, right?
No, they are referred to as ponies, but they're not.
So I mean, wow. Well, guys, thank you so much for letting me play with your mallet here and learning so much about polo. I've had a good time, and thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate all you guys do in the community as well. And so, guys, Polo at McFadden, one more time if you would, give them the ticket info, how they can get.
Okay, so you can purchase a ticket at www.navemuseum.org, or you can call the museum at 361-575-8228. We'll be happy to take your payment over the phone. You can also purchase a ticket at the gate. Tickets are $100 for adults and $25 for children 4 to 10 years of age.
That'll work. Well, Miss Lynette, Tony, thank you both so much for coming on. We will take a quick break from our sponsors, and we'll be right back, guys.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
Marketing today can be complex. Emails, customer relationship management, lead tracking, landing pages, and text messaging. But what if you could do it all with just one tool? And what if there was an agency behind the solution that could do it with you, or better yet, do it for you? Introducing Thrive Fuel 360, the new do-it-for-you digital marketing solution. Drive leads, nurture prospects, automate follow-up, connect with your audience, and book appointments all in one place. Thrive Fuel 360.
It's Cayman Furniture's annual President's Day sale. Hi, I'm Bentley Cayman, and it's happening right now, up to 65% off on all furniture. Plus, up to 5 years of no money down and no interest.
And you thought I was kidding? Buy today, and we'll have it in your home tonight.
All right, guys, welcome back. This next event with this next guest is one that we've been a part of for many years. It's a great thing in this town. 11, 12, how many?
This will be our 12th year.
I see it right there on the post. 12th annual Chick-fil-A run. And I just think this thing is spectacular. I think it's well needed. It's time to get up off the couch, get out into the sunlight and do something there. But more importantly, everything that this thing benefits in our community and all the different things. And so I'll shut up now and I'll let you get to your event here before I just talk all about it. But thank you for coming. And for those that don't know who you are, please introduce yourself and let them know who you're here with.
I'm David Murphy with Chick-fil-A Victoria, and here to promote our annual Chick-fil-A 5K, 10K, all benefiting Young Life of Victoria.
Yes, sir. Before I go on, thank you for how you handled your business here in town. You know, it's not easy owning a company ever, but it's even harder to own a successful company and to have that be a part of the community where everybody likes you. You know, like that. You guys are kind of known for doing things right, and that's not an easy bar to set, and that's not an easy bar to follow or maintain. And you guys kind of set the standard there. So I wanted to say thank you for that. Thank you for all you do. I've never reached out to you and asked you for help in the community when you didn't respond in kind and be there. And so we're happy to back your play on that. And tell us about Young Life and why you've selected this as for your 5K and who you like to help out.
So Young Life is a ministry that appeals to youth of Victoria. They go after high school students. They try to meet them where they're at on their terms, but just to come alongside them and just serve as a positive influence, a positive role model in their lives. And you know, they have club I think it's every Monday evening, and they have over 100 kids now that take part in club just to come in and have fun, sing songs, learn about Christ, but just to have that positive role model in their life and have that social aspect too. And
a time when they probably need it the most.
Sure.
You know, and I know a dear friend of mine, Miss Isabella, she takes part in this stuff and helps and she just does such a spectacular job.
Isabella's awesome. She has just a heart for serving others, but particularly passionate about serving the youth. Yeah,
she does a great job. And so talk to me a little bit about the actual event. What happens that day? Because there's several things. There's the chip time run for the competitive people, but you've got different, what is it, the bull run? You tell me, because I'm going to butcher it here and make me look good here, man.
So we have our 5K, 10K starts at 7 a.m. and it's a chip timed event. It starts and finishes in the HB parking lot right there adjacent to Chick-fil-A. The 5K runners run the loop one time and 10K run it twice. And then immediately after that, we'll have the running of the Calves Kids Fun Run. So we have all of our area mascots, our Chick-fil-A Calves included. They will run a race along with, I think the first age group is 2 to 5, and then 6 to 10 is the next age group. And just have a great time. We've got a special surprise for them this year. We're going to have foam that they get to run through as part of their little loop around the parking lot.
What if I want to run through some foam? I think some of the adults would enjoy that as well.
I think so too. We'll figure out the logistics for that next year.
I might need them to catch me at the end, like maybe a foam pit to fall in or something. But no, one of the things that I really like about this particular 5K and event that you guys do is the location of it. Right there in front of HEB, right there in front of Chick-fil-A, but right there on Navarro and Stockbauer. And it's, you know, as somebody who's done quite a few of these 5Ks around town, and they're all great, and it's fun running through Riverside and all the things. But it's a whole different thing running down Navarro, John Stockbauer. Like it just feels different. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's cool. Like it's a fun run, you know, and it's even when you're running for time, it's also a pretty quick course too for the runners out there. Like it's not hard to set a PR on that course, and I couldn't do it right now. I'm set a PR if I don't blow out my knees, but it's a fun course, and and it takes a lot to shut down Navarro and Stockbauer and to do all that. And so I know, you know, local law enforcement helps out here, and you probably get a ton of volunteers that help you guys pull all this off. What goes a little bit into the logistics of an event like this, of shutting down Main Street or, you know, Navarro here on Victoria and Navarro in front of HEB and Chick-fil-A, you know, where you always have a 2-mile long line anyway.
Thankfully.
There that you guys are quickly blowing through all the time. But how is it even trying to do this thing? It seems like it'd be, you know, a lot of uphill battles until you're right over the hill.
It heavily involves law enforcement because they have to be there just to control the traffic and keep everybody safe on 3.1 miles, of course. And then we have to have, thankfully, Brandon Paving comes alongside us, and they cone the whole course that morning before we get started and tear everything down as soon as we get finished. But they have to do it to meet TxDOT standards of how far apart the cones are and having the barricades at particular intersections. So it's quite a bit, but we're blessed to have such great partnerships of people that make it look so easy because they do the things that they're great at to make it happen.
And again, that I think is a testament to how you guys serve the community here, you know, because if you're a dirtbag and you go out and you ask everybody to help, you know, in fairness, you'll probably still get a lot of help here in Victoria because people are good. But I think that's a testament to how you guys help other people, that when it's your turn to ask for help, people are willing to get out there, because there's a lot of cops and stuff that have to show up and pull this event off. You know, as I'm running, I try to thank them all before I'm out of breath, but I try to thank them all, and there's a ton of them that help you guys out on this.
And they're on their personal off-duty time when they do it, so we're very thankful for each and every one of them and all they do.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. What am I forgetting to talk about with this thing? Because there's so much going on, and with the hybrid race, discuss that for me.
So I was going to say, you can go to Chick-fil-A, our website is CFAVictoria5K.com. That's CFA as in Chick-fil-A, Victoria5K.com. You can check out all the details there and get registered. But we are doing a hybrid event in that we will let all the competitors compete in person that would like to. But since we had gone virtual the previous 2 years with the pandemic, folks can still do that hybrid event also, and they can take part in that anytime from April 2nd through April 16th. But the event itself is on April 2nd.
Got it. So now if I show up on April 2nd and I set my PR there and I get to, because I have got to stand on that little award stand a time or two in my quicker days, but is anybody going to show up in a hybrid race later, a week later, and beat my time and knock me off that thing?
So the hybrid event isn't for the medal placement.
Okay.
The medal placement is only for the live event that day.
Good deal.
Yep.
Good deal. And there's some fast people out there.
Yeah.
You know, they're I like that you guys break it down to by age group too. The older I get, the more I appreciate that. But what's weird is it kind of goes like this, because you have those really fast, like high school kids and whatever, and then it kind of lulls, and all us, you know, as we're getting older and perhaps out of shape, those times slow down. But then it jumps back up, and like the 40s and 50s. And
the veterans.
I'm like, guys, I need some help here. This is where I need y'all to go slower, and they actually get faster. And I remember the last couple of years when I did it, it felt like some of the older guys were laying down some of these really fast times, and yeah,
there's some serious runners.
There really is, and I've been out trying to run and get prepared for this thing, and looking at past times, and I'm like, man, I'm in trouble. Like, these guys are doing this good, but it's fun. Even if you're winning, losing, you know, you don't have to go out there and run the whole thing. You know, I know, in fact, several groups are going to try to walk it. You know, they're going to get out there and walk it, because it's just fun to walk down Navarro, and there's so many people out there, and the music's going, and is Brother Gary Moses going to be out there?
It wouldn't be an event in Victoria without Brother Gary.
I'm always scared to ask, because if you didn't have him, I didn't know what to tell you. Like, oh, well, your event doesn't really count. You know, Brother Barry, he's not there. But since he is, and it's a real event, you know, that he always does such a great job of what you run it into, and how he remembers everybody's name, and I'll never understand that.
It's amazing.
It helps to tell when you're running in, you hear him start yelling your name, you're like, I gotta go now, people. He's saying my name to everybody. You know, you gotta at least pick it up at the end. But great job on all this, and again, I appreciate you. Anything else that I'm forgetting?
I think we covered it all. I'd like to mention the sponsors.
Yes, get after it, please.
So
yes,
our presenting sponsors are once again Interstate All Battery Center, Parkway Church, Toyota Victoria, and of course Hall Lighting and Design Center. Our timing sponsor is HEB Plus, and this year our Kids Fun Run sponsor for the first time is Frost Bank of Victoria.
How cool. Well, we certainly do appreciate everybody stepping up and helping on that. Guys, make sure you get out there. April 2nd, it's a ton of fun. Register today. Support Young Life. It's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, my friend. Appreciate all you do. We'll take a quick break and be right back with our last guest.
It's no secret that Americans are always connected to their devices. Phones, tablets, and connected TV devices like Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Reaching consumers through video has never been more complicated. That's why there's now Thrive Fuel Every Screen. With every screen, you can reach the right audience on every device at the right time. Target physical addresses using GPS data to serve video ads at scale and with precision. Bring the science of behavioral and demographic targeting to your video campaigns. Every screen combines OTT, CTV, internet pre-roll, and social video all in one place. Make the most of your video marketing strategy with ThriveFuel Every Screen. Available now.
All right, guys, we are back with our last guest. We are big fans of Theater Victoria, so we're always glad to have them here. We're always glad to support their mission. And their marketing director, and I'm giving away all the stuff you get to say, but their marketing director is awesome. She does a spectacular job up there, and we're glad that she gets to join us in the new studio because she was with us back in the old conference room and in our humble beginnings. And so glad you guys are still sticking with us. For those that don't know you or the ones that struggle saying your name because I think it's awesome, but I always butcher it.
That's okay.
So let them know who you are and how to say your name.
I'm Loria Rose. I'm the marketing director for Theater Victoria.
Loria.
Glad to be here. I'm Loria Rose.
Loria. Loria.
Glad to be here, yes.
Loria, and you do spectacular. I love what you do up there. This is a new thing, Mystery in the Garden. So talk to me about Mystery in the Garden.
So Mystery in the Garden was a fundraiser we did one time before in I think the early 2000s, if I am correct. But it is our fundraiser murder mystery.
All right.
So it's not just one of your typical fundraisers that you come and you sit and you eat and you leave, right? Sometimes fundraisers kind of all blend together because they're all the same idea, right? This one is really cool. It's really unique. We're doing it out at the Victoria Educational Gardens.
Okay.
So you get to walk through the gardens during the event, and you get to actually, not interrogate, that's a little aggressive, interview the suspects of the murder mystery. So it's very interactive theater involved with this fundraiser.
Where's the Victoria Educational Gardens?
It's out there by the airport. It's beautiful. There's a great venue indoors, but the gardens, I could not go on enough about them. They're beautiful, and we're really excited that people get to go I just hang out in this undiscovered gem of Victoria. It's been there for a while, but not everyone knows it.
No, I
it's
think
beautiful,
it's great.
though.
So they get their ticket, they get their admission, and they go to this. What can they expect?
I think it's going to be a night of intrigue. You get to go in, you have lots of raffle tickets that you start out with. You can play some various games. We have our silent auction with incredible items right now and some door prizes, but also throughout the night you'll walk to various food stations and drink stations, and then our murder mystery characters will be there for you to ask questions, and the whole night is about figuring out the whodunit, you know.
So you're basically Inspector Gadget that day, and you gotta solve the crime. What if I win? Like, if I'm a little bit competitive, so...
I don't blame you. I am too. So if you are correct about your guess, everyone who makes the correct guess at the end of the night, all of their raffle tickets that they have accumulated through the night go into this big drawing at the end. And so then you'll be entered into that raffle, and then one winner out of the winners will go home with a prize.
So without spoilers or giving anything away or anything like that, is this one of those, like, Colonel Mustard did it in the library with, I don't know, I don't remember the axe. I don't remember what they used in the game.
The interesting thing is, Michael and I, none of us know who the actual murderer is except for the cast. No one knows who it is, so we're even in the dark on that. So really it is truly up to you. So I couldn't pull you aside like, hey, help me out on this, and you wouldn't even know. No bribe would be big enough, but no, we don't even know the answer. So the cool thing is you really have to, like, ask the right questions to the right people. So it is fun. Instead of sitting there eating the typical like fundraiser dinner and then bidding on these items, you get to do all of that while walking around in the beautiful gardens and kind of having live theater happening in front of you.
Well, I like the interactiveness of it and the fact that you guys are mixing it up and making it to where it's not just a traditional, let me just go drink a little, eat a little, and give them my money and then leave. You know, and you can have a little bit of, not that the other ones aren't fun, because
of course, they're great. They're great.
You can only do so much for the fundraiser, you know, and so, but I like where you guys are going with this. And so this is April 7th at 7 p.m. at the Victoria Educational Gardens. Where can they, what type of different admissions do you have, and where can they get them?
So you can get everything at theatervictoria.org.
How do you spell theater? Theater Victoria.
Theatre, sorry. You can get them all there, or you can call our office number as well, 361-576-6277 to get those. But we have several different ticket types are several different ticket types. Our general admission, which is $50, that includes just everything in your basic package. But if you get a VIP admission, that's also access to our sponsorship bar throughout the evening.
Okay.
And then with our sponsorship tables, you actually get a sit-down meal at the beginning of the night. So they get an hour early to come in and kind of a private dinner. And those are $500 sponsorship tables or $1,000 sponsorship tables. So there's a bunch of different ways you can go about it, but tickets for everyone.
And so you do have tables and sponsorships available still?
Yes. They're coming in every day, but we still have some spots available.
Good deal. Do you have everybody for the theater side of things? Are y'all staffed on that to where you have all your volunteers?
We always take volunteers. I tell you that every time I come on. Whatever you have, if you have volunteers, we always want them. So we can use more people always.
I don't think people realize how much you guys rely on volunteers, though, because that really is the backbone of the Theater Victoria here is the volunteering of the community. I mean, that's what carries you guys for the most part on everything. I mean, you from actors to crew to tech and everything. I mean, it's volunteers.
Right. Well, I think there's a kind of confusion with what we do because we have such an enormous organization in town. There are 2 people on staff at our organization. Everyone else is volunteer.
That's a testament to what you guys do with 2 people, though. You think about that. That's pretty spectacular. 2 people, and you guys, you do a lot. And it's great. You also have, and if I'm not supposed to talk about this yet, you shut me down, but auditions coming up soon?
Yes, we have Wizard of Oz auditions coming up May 14th. So keep an eye out. Look at our website. Look at our Facebook page. It's going to be awesome. Roles for kids and adults alike. And I mean, it's a household staple, Wizard of Oz. So come out and be a part of it.
Musical?
Yes.
Yep.
And we will have all the special effects. We will have some really, really cool things going on, so you do not want to miss it.
How does somebody say that this is their first theater show that they're thinking about wanting to audition for or go out for, but they're nervous and they, that it's a lot to go audition, especially if you've never been and all this. It's kind of hard to walk in the doors that first time. What can somebody, starting now, how can they kind of, for lack of better terms, prep themselves to, hey, I want to do this. I want to go to Theater Victoria and audition for the I just forgot the name of the show.
Wizard of Oz.
There we go. I was like, good. But they want to go audition for the Wizard of Oz. What can they start doing now to prep themselves to go in and try to have a successful audition with you guys?
Yeah, I think the important thing is just know that everyone on our side is rooting for you. Nerves are a big part of everyone's audition process, but if they want to just get prepared in advance, it's just finding a song that is somewhat musical theater style and then just coming prepared to kind of learn a few dance moves, but nothing intimidating, and just know that we're all on your side. No one is against you. We all just want to see you succeed. So nerves aside, I think we just hope that you come, ready to sing and ready to dance and just have a good time.
And I've been out of it a little while, so forgive me, but if say they wanted to come up and familiarize them, can they come and pick up a copy of the script or some copies of the script to where?
Not with our musical shows, only with our plays.
Okay.
But with our musicals, luckily with Wizard of Oz, the version that we're doing is almost exactly like the movie. So if you've ever seen the classic movie with Judy Garland, then that's all you need to know.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Is there any, say somebody really wants to do this, but they have 2 left feet, they're overly white, they can't dance, they have no rhythm, all that stuff. Are there parts that you can still come out and try for if you can't sing or
well,
dance?
I will say for this show, we actually have a couple of roles that don't sing at all, but we do have an incredible choreographer who can take anyone who has never danced a day in their life and make them look like a pro. So there is no
part of me
reservations
wants to take
on
you
that.
up on that challenge.
Come
so
do
bad,
it. Come do it.
But not bad enough to actually do it. But real close because I'm pretty bad. I'm pretty bad. So I would like to see what they can do with somebody like me as far as singing and dancing because I'm terrible. But what am I forgetting? I'm sorry. We're looping back around. That's the Wizard of Oz coming up in May.
Yes, May 14th will be Wizard of Oz auditions. But back to our Mystery in the Garden. We hope you can come. It is going to be a blast of a night. It's really going to be a very unique fundraiser for everyone that attends, and we think it's going to be a new staple of Theater Victoria.
Well, I'm excited for it. I think you guys do a spectacular job, and this will be cool. And so hopefully we can make it out there. Thank you so much for coming in. We look forward to seeing you down the road for Wizard of Oz. And guys, I am pumped because we have a musical guest that's going to be playing us out today. Adriana, the band Adriana, they are awesome. They've got a new album coming out soon. Their new song they're going to be playing for us today, Captivated. And once you hear this song and you see how awesome they are, you're going to want to catch them April 9th at the Indianola Fishing Marina. So you can follow them on social media, Facebook at Adriana Live. We're excited to have them. So guys, if you wouldn't mind, play us on out.
If you let me, I realize this time I'm gonna make it right. So turn the lights down low and take my hand. I'm feeling something I don't understand. Let the feelings rise and lose control. This isn't how I thought it would go. Turn the lights down low. Turn the lights down low. Captivating with your eyes. This time I'm gonna take my time. If you let me, I'll realize this time I wanna make it right. So turn the lights down low and take my hand. You're feeling something I don't understand. Let the feelings rise and lose control. This isn't how I thought it would go. Turn the lights down low. Turn the lights down low. Turn the lights down low and take my hand. I'm feeling something I don't understand. Let the feelings rise and lose control. This isn't how I thought it would go. Turn the lights down low. Turn the lights down low.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.